guys all been doing jiu-jitsu for a while. You've probably heard this saying, black belt is the white belt who doesn't ever quit. Not here, okay? It's not how we do things here, okay? When I talk to students about progression and sticking with it, I don't like to use that phrase. Instead, I like to talk to people about walking the path. I always say walk the path. Walk the path that your coaches lay out for you, okay? So I want to talk a little bit about what Al's path, at least from my perspective, has been like in jiu-jitsu. So obviously, he's been training for a really long time. I'm sure he's had a ton of ups and downs. I know he's had some injuries, okay? He did something really difficult. He came to Hurricane as a high-ranking brown belt. If you haven't been in the jiu-jitsu game for a very long time, I don't think you can really understand what a difficult thing that is to do. It's an incredibly hard thing to do. He came into a really tough environment, swallowed his ego, worked crazy hard. I couldn't believe it. Chris couldn't believe it either, but he's been here for 3 years now. Okay, and during those 3 years, just unbelievable, astronomical improvement. Okay, you know, when he got here, we talked about a couple things. We talked about, you know, working on takedowns. Now, at no point in time did he ever have an attitude of like, you know, I'm almost a black belt. What do you know? I mean, he just listened. We figured out what takedowns were going to work, and he drilled the hell out of them. Okay. Not only did he do that, but he took those takedowns to a competition. He took everybody down. Okay. Again, that is unbelievably impressive. I mean, that's what he did. He walked that path. Okay. The competition thing, you know, I wanted him to compete. Like, I really wanted him to compete, but at the same time, I don't push stuff like that on people. Didn't have to. Okay, I didn't know he was going to do it. He just sort of quietly started getting ready for a tournament, started training alongside everybody else, didn't make a big deal out of it, showed up, took everybody down, beat everybody, took gold in his division. Okay, again, incredibly hard thing to do. He would never tell you this, but he had what was a pretty tough lower back injury, which has limited, you know, certain guard games that he might be able to play, right? And he with his takedowns and how heavy his top game is, he could have just gotten away with not working on his guard, and he could still be a force, right? Didn't do that. You know, we talked about what types of guards are going to work for his game, and he's developed a very dangerous guard, specifically with the no-gi leg locks, right? Again, this is a very difficult path to walk, and not a lot of people would do that. And then one thing that Chris pointed out to me before class, because I was kind of talking about what I was going to say, is he never ducks a hard roll, okay? In fact, he'll go find the person he probably wants to train with the least and asks him to train, okay? A very tough thing to do, all right? So this is a guy who, it's not that he didn't quit, okay? He's even gone to the lengths to go to a trainer 3 days a week to shore up that lower back injury and the rest of his body. This is somebody who's chased this black belt really, really hard, okay? And I am very proud to add him to the list of Hurricane black belts today. He didn't seem like a nickname guy, by the way, so I just got his initials on the belt. Okay. Proud to have you, brother. Excellent work. Awesome. All right, join us up here, man. Join us up here. Al, anything to say? If not, that's all right. Just want to give you the opportunity.
You know, all you folks, you'll be fine. Purples and browns. My first class was 20 years ago. It's a different world back then. Now, I lost probably about 5 or 6 years of that, so call me a 15-year black belt. It's not something that I'm naturally good at, this thing. No, I don't have that athleticism and mobility, and I lost some with injuries. But there is that saying that Jiu Jitsu is for everybody. And there are ways that you can figure out how to make this work for you. I would hope to be an example of that. There will be times in your training, and I felt it with mine, that you'll be stuck in the same place. You'll feel like you're stuck in the same place forever. Or you'll feel like you're getting worse. That you'll start, and this is kind of talking mostly to the whites and blues. There are people that you start with that will surpass you. There are people that start after you that will surpass you. Keep coming. You are getting better. And I still haven't figured out what causes you to break those plateaus, but they eventually do break, and you do break through to a new level. Sometimes it takes a frustratingly long time, but it does happen. That's all I've got.
Well said. Open mat's going to start. I just want to let you guys know that I'm actually going to have Al put his belt, his name up on the wall. So if you want to watch that little part, Travis do a little bit of video. But otherwise, we're just going to, let's formally end the class. We'll bow out. And then it's just open fun. Cool, cool? What a day. All right. Attention. Thank you all very much. Nice work. Yeah.